Hey Aries, welcome to your guys' reading. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right. Ooh. Okay, let's get into it. Give me energies for Aries, please. All right, well, you might kind of have a relationship pretty heavy on your mind right now. Man, trying to decide, going back and forth about what you want there. Okay, you want it. You're trying to let go of some kind of anxiety to push forward. It doesn't have to be a relationship per se. What is this? Some kind of discovery, some kind of, there's something that you're learning. Ooh, what is this? Some of you guys could be planning like a trip through the mountains or something. Some of you guys could be trying to almost get away from this really like an anxious ball of stress that is kind of with you, and you're trying to go do something else because you're trying not to mess something up here. It's almost like your anxiety is kind of getting to you, and I feel like there's something that you know about that where it doesn't need to be there, and you're trying to manage that by maybe staying busy. You might be kind of researching things about self, or just like self-guided kind of endeavors here. Maybe there's kind of a road trip, some kind of travel energy there. Yeah, you're actually, it's showing up that you're having a hard time making a judgment about someone, maybe to do with love. Maybe if it's not a someone, it's a something. Like if it's career, then that'd be like you're kind of like back and forth or on the fence about what you want to do. And you're trying to figure that out, but you actually have a strong desire to do it. You're just kind of needing to let go of the anxiety and just go for it. I wonder if this is something online, or if this is something where it's not a physical obstacle, it's not a distance obstacle, it's more of like a mental one, because it shows that you really want it, but that you're having a hard time moving towards it. Okay, so whatever you're just coming for, something could have just happened where you had to like cancel plans with someone, some kind of problem came up, something kind of threw you off your rocker here, and it could have had to do with your home. Had to do with your home, and maybe something that you're considering about, if this is career or love or something, is something about a new space, a new home. Maybe this is like where if you work from home, you're trying to set something up there. Like if you had to move kind of suddenly, it seems like. Maybe you weren't really in love with the place that you lived before anyways, so it's not like a big deal, but a move will like take it out of anyone, you know. Okay, what else am I seeing? Could be connected to a Virgo right now. I feel like that's someone who feels like home. You could be talking to someone about a family member who it's like you were trying to make a judgment about them, and then all of a sudden you didn't need to make the judgment anymore. just something happened. The energy changed. More knowledge came into play. Maybe something medical, like a medical alert or something was an obstacle, and then it's like it wasn't. I actually feel a great sense of relief of you moving forward. This is really interesting energy, because at first I'm reading it as like, oh, you have anxiety, but then I'm actually reading it as something caused a lot of anxiety. It threw you off your rocker. I think that could have been needing to change locations, or hearing something about a family member, something like that. And I think you were actually, like, you had your plans, but now you're just trying to figure out how to establish your plans in your new space or a new office or something like that. Or online versus either online versus in a building, or wherever you got moved to physically. It's almost like it's somehow you're like hidden. You feel more hidden, less exposed. I don't know. Anyways, I do get that where you're headed to, though, is letting go of a lot of this stuff. I feel like if something just came up, you're getting over it. You're kind of, it's, the energy's on its way out, which feels good. You're letting go of, I think, of a strong sense of this, like, I have to always just put out these fires by myself. And you're moving into this, like, you know what, if I just set them down, someone else has got to put them out. Like, it's almost like, there's some Scorpio energy here too. And I don't really know how else to say this except for, I'm not mad, I'm just done. That's your energy towards someone right now. Like, I'm not mad, I'm just done. Okay, what's in your environment here? Okay, you could be doing something spontaneously. You could be kind of like holding back on the things you want to be a part of and spontaneously rocketing towards the things, as Aries energy does, into the brick wall that doesn't always feel like it's an open door or something. You could be just kind of feeling like a little bit all scattered, and so things are, you know, not flowing as smoothly, and the ideas that you have are kind of like harder to execute, more than just like what's going on in the moment. I feel like you're trying to actively move towards things that would like better your business, bring more money, bring more stability. You're trying to do those things. Maybe you've noticed that you've had a week of like heavy spending or some kind of, you know, just reckless energies, and then you're needing to realign and kind of be like, okay, we can do this. Let's just get back on track, you know, something like that. Let's see though. Let's kind of confirm or correct that with what we find here. Okay, yeah, no, so I think that's what's needed here. I think that what you're experiencing right now is just a lull, or you got derailed, something happened. And I really feel like it's worried you that long-term plans aren't going to come to fruition. Maybe you feel like someone kind of messed that up for you. Maybe you feel like someone is currently messing it up for you. Try not to think that way. Just the energy flows where the energy is going to flow where the energy, I don't know. Energy goes where the energy flows. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't even know what that really is supposed to mean, other than where you direct your thoughts, you align to those, you can stay on task. I think that that's just the challenge here, is like there's all of these things around you, and how much can you just come back to, I have this business, or I have this love, I really want to feed it. Like love, warmth, connection, compassion. I want to feel my passion throughout it. Like those are good things in my life. I want to connect with those feelings more and more and more and more. I almost feel like you're needing to fight your way through certain energies. Let's get a card on that too, because I do feel like that's a significant thing that's coming up. And telling you to fight your way through doesn't help you actually do that. Okay, the outcome. All right, so one of your solutions seems to be just really locking into trying to save, trying to be a little more frugal, trying to nickel and dime, trying to really lean into stability. I feel like you had kind of a wild week, and then you're trying to balance it out with like a lot more structure and stuff. But that honestly, if I'm reading this energy right, it kind of feels a bit draining for some reason. Okay. Maybe you're just having a hard time kind of controlling your impulses right now. So let's talk about maybe, let's talk about that. Let's get an oracle card, because the oracle cards are always going to be 100 times nicer to us than our tarot. Let's just lean into that, okay? Sometimes you need a blunt and direct approach, and sometimes you need compassion, you know? It's okay to ask for both. The lower world, and then you got the completion with the Ouroboros here. Sorry, I'm just looking around. Looking around and seeing if I missed anything. Okay. Some of you guys could have just visited like a tower. I don't know what that would be though. A tower. It's like a... Oh, I'm going to feel so weird listening to this in playback, but like a tower that starts with M. I don't know what that would be. It's coming to mind as almost like the thing that I would think about that is like a Space Needle, like over in Seattle. Anyways, that's not for everyone. Lower world. Let's see why you're feeling... Let's see what you're feeling and what we can kind of tap into here. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It is a place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. I get that if there is a family member here that's going through something, it's like you used to be really close with them. Or you used to like talk to them about a lot of stuff, and like you had more of like a mental connection to them. And now it almost feels like you're choosing to not have that, or the choice has been made that now you don't have that. I wonder if you're just, part of you is just like missing them. Or part of you, I'm sure it's kind of a combination, but it's almost like maybe part of you, oh wow, you could be almost angry at them. Yeah, you could be not talking to them. You could be angry and being like you're causing too many problems in my life. You could kind of have that energy towards them. The lower world is the place of our ancestors, where we discover the gifts and lessons from the past. It is the realm of the collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. It's time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Bring out the gems and precious stones that you have kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. It's time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors. Their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died will become blessings. Are you one of those people who do not like to face the past? Now your past is calling to be acknowledged, to be heard, and to be embraced. The only way to become unstuck is to honor everything that has transpired in your life, reflect on the lessons learned, and move on. If you bear witness to your past and learn its lessons, it will stop haunting you. As you embrace its gifts, you will recover a missing part of your soul. So I think you guys actually have, it's like you've tried with a certain family member or friend or something, and you're kind of needing to let go of that and just let it be what it is. And I think that's really, it brings up a lot of anger, because you were close with this person at one point. You gave them a lot of love, but then it's almost like, I feel like you just kept trying and it never felt reciprocated. Never felt like the love got back to you. It just felt like you were giving it and giving it and giving it. And it feels like just someone who probably just should have been doing that for you. Like, it feels like a parenting your own parent kind of thing, or like parenting on behalf of your parent. Does that make sense? And I feel like you're angry because it's like you're seeing the possibilities of what could have happened in your life if you had more, I guess, like time to be a kid, or time to pursue the things that you were interested in, or just things like that. Like, it wouldn't have been so heavy. The world wouldn't feel so heavy as it does. Things wouldn't be so problematic. Like, there's certain things that you're looking at in that way. And I feel like this is a time where you have not really let your anger be there, because you're trying to just like keep it all. You're trying to continue to parent. You're trying to continue to hold that space and stuff. And that's why your anger didn't want to be there. But now I feel like you're angry and you're letting that out. And it's been hurting you to not let it out. It's almost like this is a difficult situation, because it feels like if you can't let that anger out and be honest about it with them, it bites you. It just comes back and eats you up. And so something that I'm seeing is that, like, if you feel really driven to pursue a career or like a love situation that has nothing to do with those people, like your family or your whoever that was in your past, if you have this pull to pursue just things that benefit you, that would make you shine, that would lift you up, that would make you feel good and whole and like full, then I think that what's happening is the energy that's transitioning right now is you're pulling back your energy from going into this drain where someone else can't understand it. And I think by means of anger, which is totally fine. Like, anger has its time and place, and this is a very valid place for it. But sometimes anger can bring with it like motion and movement and action, and like the things that we do need to kind of get unstuck from something else in our life. I feel like if you guys aren't already doing this, I feel like what you might find happening is that the more that you tune into your frustration with your past, the more energy you actually have to move towards a career or something else that's good for you. It's almost like that's the vessel that gives you the energy when you feel depleted or exhausted. Because I think that you're trying to do less, and it just feels like something's dying on the inside, you know? And it's like those parts of you want to be let out, but they don't want to be let out. I think you don't want to let them out unless you know that they have a purpose to be there. And I think I'm just supposed to tell you that there is a purpose for them, and it is, you're kind of taking your energy back here. You're letting your frustration for something be legitimate and valid. You're learning to validate why you feel that way. And in turn, it's pulling out the thorn of the other good things in your life that tends to stick to. Or wait, it's removing that as a thorn from the other good things in your life. Because it's almost creating a baseline of frustration. Where it's like you can't win. You can't, And so trying to let it go it's difficult unless you have another thing to put that energy into. And I think that thing is work or a relationship that's really good right now. Let's see if completion adds anything to that, but I think that's pretty much what's going on here. All things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower, and the fruit. It's almost like that's what this is there's fruit coming out of something that felt disabling before. It's like it's finally turning its ugly head and being like, okay, now that you have lasted through all of these phases of this, and now that you have something else that this is presenting an obstacle in, it's like, now let's look at that. Like this is the right time for that to be there. In all of human relationships, completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. You have finished a cycle. Yeah. There is no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regards to relationship, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time for celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. Clinging to the old form will bring only decay. When fruit is left too long on the vine, it rots. You know that it is time to move on, yet are reluctant. Do not be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. Remember that you are responsible for your actions, not the actions of others. Mourn what is lost so you can move on. Do not be sad. Be like the sun at midday who shines brightly, neither longing for sunrise nor dreading the dusk. Yeah, this is a time that's all about you and you shining and you just doing what it is that you feel called to do, and trying to not get distracted with all other people's issues, because you're just kind of fed up, and I think that energy is rightful to be there. All right, that's what I see for you guys, Aries. Go check your other signs if you're interested, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.